Hello and welcome to the Pilot Review Show. So today we don't have a ship to review, but what we're going to do, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to do, I've already started the pilot, or the butterfly episode here, mainly to get a console here, but after that gets done, we're going to take a good in-depth look at the new heavy escort carriers that's come out. And we're also going to have a little bit of fun with some Tetryon weapons that, as a result of that, I actually have some destabilizing dual beam banks that I've actually already equipped on my ship, and we're going to have some fun with that. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's got a good day going on so far. So, like I said, I'm already partway into this mission, so we'll see where it goes. And everyone's welcome to join me in chat here if you want to come. I'll open it up in a moment here, and as soon as we get some people in here. But the TeamSpeak here is voice.pilotreviewshow.com, or you can also come to voice.stillcontinuum.com as well. Either one works to get here. And if you're trying to get into the room and you don't have permission to, let me know. I'll give you the permission. We've got it locked down to kind of help keep any potential trolls from coming into the room and kind of take it over. So. I always forget that I got a nice kinetic gun. This is actually one of the missions I kind of enjoy because it's got so many different things you can do with it. It'd be nice if you could have actually picked out what incursion you wanted to do. That would have made it that much more fun, because then you could give different results of the mission that you actually go and do, and give different rewards as a result of it. And as soon as he fixes his mic, we got Timber that joined us. Hey, Timber. Hey, how's it going, Timber?
I'm alright.
We are live, just so you know.
Gotcha.
So right now, what I'm doing is I'm actually doing the butterfly episode. I'm going to get the Tetryon Omni from that, and after that, we'll have some little bit of fun with the heavy escort carriers that from the C store.
Alright.
Have you got that one yet?
No. I don't have that kind of money.
I actually got lucky enough I had a bunch of Zen left over.
There, that's the access node console we need.
There we go. That should get you the information you need.
All right. Looking over something interesting in Reddit chat right now.
And just so you're aware, Timber, anyone who joins will not be able to join this room initially. They'll have to be made a continuum member in the server group so that they can actually join this room and talk.
Gotcha.
That's something I'm going to be doing in all the rooms from here on out.
When we lost the home world, I thought that was the worst thing that could happen to us.
By the way, if anyone has any ship builds they want to have reviewed, we can definitely help you out with that as well. Just make sure to post it in the Twitch or in the YouTube, and we'll get to them as soon as we get a moment. And if anyone is going a couple STFs with us as well, we'll take you with us. So I decided to do something a little bit different on this build and this ship that I got here. This ship actually has 2 gravity wells and 2 Lieutenant Commander Science.
Yeah, interesting. Whoa.
Sound like you're just waking up.
Recovering from a slight cold I've caught today. Never fun.
But it's been completely assimilated.
And of course, you know, we have the day of streams going on, so that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone that's not aware, we've been doing streams the last couple of days here in support and love for Aaron Eisenberg, who's has some kidney failure going on here. We're going to be doing another one right after the pilot review show. This time, Timber's hosting that one. So be sure to join us.
I'll be hosting that on twitch.tv /twolf1701.
Yeah, and be sure to join us for that. We'll get some pictures to send over to him. Have a good day, Velk. Take care, man. How's it going? Yeah, and we will be playing our Ferengis later tonight when we do the stream here.
It looked
Yeah, apparently what happened is 30 years ago he had a kidney transplant from it failing, and it's failed again, so he's on dialysis.
more Borg on the way.
Yeah, definitely go ahead and post a build and we'll take a look at it and see what we can do for you. I think the ship beats my Couldn't worship on being squishy.
Probably does.
Oh, it's way squishy. Of course, I'm also playing this on advanced too, so so far this one's been fairly fun. It's a very versatile and very agile ship.
What, the new Akira, basically?
Yeah, this is the Rambling one that I'm playing right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, this one has like 57k hull, where the warship has like 72.
There's no time to play simulation.
Do we have a choice?
We do not. Targeting the transport network.
Fire the weapon, now!
And here we are, almost at the end of the mission.
The Borg are gone. So is Romulus.
Romulus isn't the only thing we lost. Temporal shielding is failing.
What happened?
The Borg did too much damage to the generator. If we lose the temporal shielding, we'll all reintegrate with the timeline.
Has anything else changed?
Checking. No. Tetryon. They're gone.
What? How?
I see the problem.
I'll just skip this cutscene here. Simply because I want to get into other things real quick here. I'm sure many people have seen the butterfly scene a few times.
We found it. We haven't done very.
We put
Okay.
I have a lot of information.
Captain Nog tells me that the initial test of the Crinan weapon was less than promising. He says that he and his team have a great deal of data
And it looks like I'm gonna have to do that again sometime so I can get the Crinum Singularity Core. because I haven't got that yet.
Yeah, I've got the overcharged warp core.
Yeah, I got the warp core as well. I haven't got the sync core apparently. What? I got too many stuff in my inventory. Alright. I'm gonna head back to space dock. I'm gonna ship build that we've been asked to look at. Give me a second here and alright, so Mercury pilot escort. Let's take a look at this, shall we? I'll give you the link here just a second here, Timber.
Alright.
So you can see what I'm looking at.
God is probably going to be the best one. You know, I'm being very cheap, and I don't have any of the pilot ships.
Yeah, for me, by far the funnest ships that I've ever flown. Let's see, still working on 2 more crit chance. Not to Iconian 5 yet. Unable to get the epic conducive RCS with the power trans. Still using the temporal disentainment. Temporal disentainment, by the way, is a great item by itself. I see no issues in using that or not using it. I mean, it's one of those things that I use it even on some of my builds. I actually wasn't using it just now.
I'd probably test it on a Cyboat that don't have a exotic particle field emitter.
Yeah,
that.
And technically that console is very good because of the fact that it gives you 2.5 crit chance, and it's like 10% crit 7 if I remember it.
Yeah,
and,
something like that.
And even for not having max ox, I still get both of those at max. So I got like a 80 to 90 typically. Let's see. Aside from the things I don't have, main issues is made the changes as being at 100% throttle increases damage. So pedal to the metal, having issues with downtime, flying into or past my target. So if you're using the pedal to the metal trait, that's one of those things you kind of gotta look at what you're going to do. Most of the time when like me or Timber uses pedal to the metal for things, we use it for the start initiation of things. We're not sitting there flying around at full impulse as we're going around space. So that's one of the things you don't necessarily have to actually have it. The lock trajectory, I don't even use it personally. So one of the things that you'll typically see me doing in an ISA, and we'll do some later on with my Queen Warship, and I can bring you in if you want to come join us. But you'll see me flying around at max speed for a little while during the beginning phases while everyone's getting ready with their pets. But I will actually stop and stand in front of the first group in ISA, and then from there I'll go to the left side, and then I'll make sure that I get the full impulse so I can get a couple from the pedal to the metal charged up. So it's not one of those things that I don't think you need to be running at full impulse the entire time. I wouldn't plan on that. plan on having like pedal to the metal and anchored, so you can go and sit still and build up charges both ways. Wondering if I would be best switching to beam build and swap scatter volley for firewall. So here's the biggest thing to remember: cannons on paper they do the most damage. However, they got a drop-off rate that is significantly higher. You have to be within between 5 to 2 kilometers from your targets versus beams that you can still be away and it will have some drop-off in damage, but it's not as significant as what cannons see, which is one of the interesting things that goes on. Keemside weaponry, you technically don't need that. So your specializations, I would honestly, I would switch those between the primary and the secondary. I would have intelligence be the intel, and then your secondary should be your pilot. The reason for that is there's some things that's in the tier 3, like space flanking, that is a very critical intelligence specialization item that is very critical for damage. Let's see, we got some torpedo for 1 torpedo. The enhanced bio photon, it's all right. The neutronic one I find a little bit stronger than that.
Really depends on what you're trying to do with them.
Yeah.
If you've got it set up using a leech and you've got full flow caps, the neutronic is your absolute hands down best because it's a bit harder, but also due to its proc, it's an AoE explosion that's a drain. You're going to drain on an AoE style all the spheres or whatever you're hitting. That's a lot better.
Yep.
But if you're going for simply hard hitting, you're going to want to run high yield 3 with chemosite on a biomolecular. That is going to hit insanely hard on transformers and your heavy targets. That's going to be your hardest hitting. So it's really going to depend on how you're spec'd and what you're wanting. If you're wanting more crowd control spread damage, or you should really want to hit hard on singular heavy targets.
Yep, and definitely indeed. And it looks like he's running at, I would guess because of the fact that he's running phasers for the main weapons. He's got the quad cannons and dual heavy cannon phasers. So that's probably another reason why he's running the biomolecular and the heavy disruptor turret. Most of the stuff looks pretty decent actually on the power levels. My guess on this build, you probably can get 30 to 40k, maybe 50k if you got a good group that's helping to push you just right. Honestly though, I would one thing you might want to look at doing is maybe using, even instead of the cannon spread volley 3, look at using the reroute weapons 3. Simply because of the fact that I've done some testing on that, and it seems to actually be capable of doing as good or better than fire at will. And engineering has got 2 mission part of weapons. Now I switched the hazard emitter and I made this hazard emitter 2 into Tychon's Rift. The reason for that is due to the fact that the Tac Cube has a lot of shield, and you can use the Tychon's Rift to help drop the shields that much faster.
And that will work in concert, especially if other people are running Tychon's Rifts. It's something that can be coordinated with your team. So if you have multiple Tychon's Rifts, Cat Cube will drop insanely. Also, if you have a science tune in there with all the Tychon's Rifts, they can also stack sensor analysis and disable subsystem shields, then that way you've pretty much shut down that tac cube and opened it wide open.
Yes. Question here on pilot ships: if you're running a cannon build, is it worth it to sacrifice console space for the 3 set bonus damage for cannons? No.
No.
The I say no flat off because of one factor. The damage that you're getting is not significant enough to say, oh wow, look at me, look what this is doing. This is like raising, doubling me on my damage. It's going to bring it up like 200-300 points at the most, and then from there you got 3 consoles that's being taken up that you really don't want to sacrifice.
Yeah, a lot of these bonuses from the 2 and 3 piece sets are what's considered category 1, which is simply an enhancement to the base stats that you see on the weapon. Very, very few, and I can only think of one right now, that is an actual category 2, which is factored in after certain buffs. So it's really, it's not, considering what you would lose, it's not worth it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and you said you're getting supremacy. Have you got supremacy yet, or is it still something you're working on? Yeah, after we get done with this build, Neo, we will go between the Jhu'ael and the Mogai heavy escort. Okay, so you
I'll
have
be right
supremacy
back.
now. So one thing about Federation, especially, you can actually technically drop your leech, and you can drop your leech without too much issue when it comes down to it. So it's one of the things just to be aware of. Is some of the things that you can actually do, so you can use something else instead. Like if you feel yourself needing a little bit of extra um, heals or whatnot, you got the conducive RCS that you can add the EPS on, and that will do some good benefits right there.
Your stream seems to have stopped itself.
Scott?
I think his internet's died.
Oh, lovely.
Oh no, it hasn't stopped. He's just AFK.
It hasn't stopped because we just heard your voice.
I think his mic's been muted somehow. Because his
It
stream's still
shouldn't
running.
be.
His stream is still running. Stream is still running. I can hear myself. I can hear you, Timber. I think he's got a problem with his kids or family. He might have had to go AFK for a second.
Possibly.
I see why people think it's frozen because it's like stuck on the screen. Sorry, I'm gonna be here with you, Timber, during this time.
Sorry about that.
Aw.
Oh, okay. Now I'll leave. Sorry, everyone was complaining that your stream is frozen, but it's just you gone AFK.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that just happened. Yeah, the room here is open for everyone that wants to join. So
Okay. I see you're reviewing the pilot ship.
yeah, this is one that got submitted into it. I think there's actually one that got submitted into you a while ago too.
Yeah, I already did this ship a while ago.
Yeah.
There was a different. There was one a different version of this. I removed the quad cannons.
Yeah, I mean, the only good thing about the quad cannons is with the damage being boosted up like they are, and the Fed carriers, we can actually take advantage of that now.
Yeah, but they also affect the firing cycle on dual heavy cannons.
They do.
Dual heavy cannons don't fire. They get interrupted somehow by quad cannons. It's very strange. It's the way cannons work.
Well, the question that becomes is intended or is that a bug?
It's a bug. It never got fixed.
Oh, there you go.
The only other thing, I think I replaced the binaural with neutronic.
Yeah.
Because the binaural's not taking advantage of the 3-part set. It's not really worth it. But if he likes the torpedo, then he can run it. I think he's running the turret as well. The advanced turret.
Yeah, he's got the heavy biomolecular phaser turret.
But remember that 2-part set gives you a bonus to phase the damage, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So he can run that torpedo if he wants to. But if he wants the torpedo to hit harder and sacrifice the 10% I think it gives you in damage, for harder hitting torpedo, you can run the neutronic. The damage boost to phaser, the 10%, I don't think is worth the amount. Binaural, I find, only does really good damage in high yielded. Spreaded, it doesn't really do an awful lot.
Yeah, we just went.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was up there talking to everyone else.
Alright. But so far it's going good. Yeah, you can join the room here, guys, so you don't have to stay up there.
I thought you were doing a normal pilot review where you were doing a YouTube recording.
Well, we are doing a recording here, going over a few things here, but the thing is we don't have a submitted review, so people that want to get your piloting upgraded, we need some reviews submitted into us so we can start scheduling them.
Well, there we go then. I did say actually before I transferred over that they need to just have a recording software. So something cheap like Camtasia Studio that you can get for free, or you have to submit a email address and you can get it, and it just has a record button.
Yep.
Record the stream.
Another way you can do it is you can also just go to YouTube and start a live stream that you do, and use the Google Hangouts and use that to do it. You don't actually have to install it. Just uses the browser to do it all.
So for those that say you need more piloting improvement for your ship or managing cooldowns on stuff I can't help you with on my stream, such as managing your abilities. It's all well and good equipping out your ship with abilities, but if you can't use the abilities, then it's a problem. So you can record yourself doing an ISA, for example, submit it into Saros here, and he'll go over it on stream while you play it. Anyway, I will be back in a minute, man.
Alright, no worries.
How do?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Now I'm hearing things that were said in TeamSpeak on the PC like 3 minutes ago. I'm gonna hear myself say that in a few minutes, aren't I?
Well, yeah, if you got it there, yes, there's like a 30-second delay or so on between what happens here in TeamSpeak to what happens in the Twitch stream.
Easy, I'll just mute it on the browser.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, yeah, Vulcan did do this build for. It's the one that I linked in the description. Was the one that he actually put, sent back to me. That what I've got there. I've still got the quad cannons in it because I've still got the quad cannons. I've not actually got round to replacing them yet because, yeah, some of the things that I need to get, I can't because I just can't afford it. So that build I've posted there is just basically where I've got up to so far.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, so far you got some good progress in there, so there's still a few more things that you have to do.
I mean, I've done a hell of a lot more damage than what I was before. I mean, I was like less than 10k before. He's made a lot of changes, and now I'm in the DPS channels and all that. Just I was having problems with manoeuvring because I thought, oh, if I've got pedal to the metal, I've got to stay 100% throttle all the time, but obviously not.
Yeah.
Just wondering whether do I keep or get rid of pedal metal, change it for something else, or do I keep cannons or do I change it to a beam build? And just because I can still keep the SAC consoles if I just use phaser beams, can't I?
Well, one of the things with pedal to the metal this to be aware of is it's something you can definitely keep on there and use. People like Timber and myself, we actually will have both pedal to the metal and anchored that we have slotted. So we use a combination of both of them at the same time. But obviously we're not sitting still all the time. We're not flying at full speed all the time. So it's basically we get one or the other benefit that goes on.
I've not even got that trait either.
Yeah, I think it's gone up because it's in one of the last lock boxes that's gone. Yeah, it's coming past. So
I looked at the price for inspirational leader the other day and was like, fuck.
Let's put it this way: inspirational leader is not a make or break. I still do not run it, and I'm doing just fine without it. It is just something. If you can get it, it's a decent.
Hell of a costly one, though, isn't it?
It's there's other ways to make up for not having it. It's not a must-have, especially considering its price and the workarounds. But if you can get it, it is a good trait to have.
If I can't get hold of that, I could use that slot on anchored then, couldn't I?
Good.
Yep.
Because the big thing with anchored is when you start an ISA, if you're constantly moving, you're going to have 10 stacks of your pedal to the metal. But your big thing that you're going to want to do is go in and you're sliding in with pedal to the metal, and then when you park, you're going to have your anchored stack. So you're going to have one or the other. In some situational deals, you can have it where you have anchored and also like 2 stacks anchored and 2 stacks of the pedal to the metal. So it at times can be a little bit of a loss, but more or less you're keeping something up at all times.
Yep. So one of the nice things is it does have a chance of stacking both of them, and some of the instances where you're sitting there, you can actually technically have both of them at full stacks, but by the time you get to your enemies, you're not going to be able to use both maxed out stacks.
So yeah, rather than trying to fly around at full throttle, it's just when I need to stop, keep everything in front of me, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, because your big thing is you want to keep your critical flanking going if you're running intel primary. So you're going to want to stay in front, literally the front of everything. And sometimes it's a lot better to park. You're going to get more out of parking.
Yeah, especially in ISA, you want to be sitting in front. With you having a 45-degree angle line and everything, so
The only problem I got with my specialisation at the moment, nothing's completed really yet. I mean, I had a few years off, came back to it within last year. So I've got like 28 points spent in pilot so far, but I've only got like 5 in intelligence. And it's just getting more specialisation points before I can spend them, really.
yeah, it happens.
So I'm kind of a loss on specialisation points at the moment as well, because I ain't got them yet.
Yeah, you can still work around that to some degree.
So I should focus all on intelligence now. Although I've only really got 2 points left to go before pilots completely fill up.
Yeah, well, still keep doing that because that's when you get the improved pedal to the metal.
Yeah. It's only 2. I might as well finish it and then just throw everything in intelligence.
Yeah, and if you haven't been doing it, you can do the featured episode, and that'll get you 1 spec point.
Yeah, I've been doing that. It's just unfortunate you can only have it for 1 character.
Yep, that's true.
Very.
I'm a bit of an alcoholic. I can't get spec points for, well, not as quick anyway.
So, real quick here, Neil, going back on your question about the difference between like the Jhu'ael Tactical Carrier here versus the Mogai, there's a lot of differences between the 2 ships. Technically, the Jhu'ael here has a better setup because it's got hangars that you can use with it. And that personally, I like the console layout a little bit better. Alright. So any other questions? Yawaski?
That was mainly it, really. So, yeah, I should probably just keep using cannons for now.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, the quad cannons was aiming to replace, as Val suggested, with damage times 3 in penetration. I've just not been able to get my hands on one yet, that's why it's still the quad cannons.
Yeah, it happens. You kind of use what you can.
If you have to, use damage times 3s. They get crafted a lot more than the pens. Damage times 3s will serve you for a while.
Or simply get fleet weapons.
Yeah.
Either way works.
Fleet weapons, damage times 3, critical damage. Perfect.
Yeah, that could work.
And very cheap. One thing,
Yeah.
very cheap.
I've got the marks, I could go and get that right now.
Yeah, just get yourself a full set of dual heavy, damage times 3, crit damage phaser cannons, and they'll serve you a lot better. Don't get the elite ones.
No.
For the extra shield gen, you lose a mod.
Yeah.
Not worth it. Unfortunately, elite weapons are by far still useless. Yeah, okay, you don't get the pen mod, but the amount of damage amplification you'll get out of them, just upgrade them to Mark 14, you'll be performing a lot better than most other things.
Yeah, I ended up with a full set of elite phasers on on my T6 Galaxy. I suppose that was a bad move, was it?
No, and yeah. No, and yeah. It's when elite weapons first came out, it was brilliant. Like, you know, oh, we replenished our shields, but there wasn't much damage in the game back then. And with it now, modifications, like the actual weapons themselves don't matter, but the mods are the things that do matter, in most degrees. And it being taken up by a shield, slight shield regen, is kind of useless.
It seemed like a great idea when he had no idea.
Yeah, I know. I showed a video the other day of
Yeah, I saw
me
it.
being crap. Yeah, everyone starts somewhere, right?
Hitting each other for ages, neither of you dying.
Yeah, pretty much. That explains why I wasn't doing as good in Butterfly Effect. I forgot to even adjust my power levels. There's always an explanation.
Or you have someone who's God looking over you.
Yeah, it happens.
You guys feel like we're running an ISA?
Let's do it.
Running Crenum.
Oh, I got my Jhu'ael
I was
heavy
going to go and get
escort.
that weapon first. I'm just on the way there now.
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm not, because that all-important thing is missing off my ship again. Okay, I'm ready.
Give me a second, I'll get you invited. If anyone else wants to come join us, just send me a message at saross0219.
What is it with this game? Sometimes load screen will just load straight away. Sometimes it hangs around 0, 1, 2% and then it suddenly loads. Does anyone else get that?
Yeah, it happens, especially with the fleet holdings.
Guys, I have a question related to the teams.
Okay.
You know, for custom logos for groups, what size do they need to be?
16 by 16
Pixels or inches?
pixels. Tiny. Minuscule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've took the STO Continuum logo and just shrunk it.
Yeah, it reminds me that's one of the things I need to upload for the groups.
Yeah, I guess to do it. I was going to do it this evening.
Yawaski, you want to come and join us, or you?
I think he's buying his weapons.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can upgrade them as well.
I just spent my time listening to Goodfield's 15-minute long voice acting. 15 minutes of Goodfield's voice. I'm pretty much ready for bed.
Hey, that guy should get a radio station.
Look at these. What are the options? Test disruptors? Oh, build. I haven't looked at Rieman's build in a very long time. If I remember rightly, it was a disruptor drain boat debuff build.
That's what it looks like.
Don't need one more person, I think, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm joining if you're still looking for a person.
I got some.
Okay.
Oh, it's Lexa.
Alright. And I do have pets.
Oh, wait for pets.
So wait for pets.
We all have pets. If you don't have pets, go to the game.
I haven't got a fat chicken chocobo yet.
You need one.
I do.
Lol.
Dual heavy, crit D, damage times 3, now at Mark 14.
Damage
So
times
that-
3, crit damage, yeah.
Yep, that
Yeah.
would work.
And you have to upgrade them, unfortunately. Mark 12s don't cut it anymore.
Yeah, I've just upgraded to Mark 14 now.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Alright. One more circle and let's go.
Going very slowly.
What beams are those? Theros.
I'm using the destabilizing Tetryons.
Ah, for the shield proc.
I'm so gonna die! Oh my god, I'm so dead. I got
Well,
no
so am I.
cooldowns left. I got no cooldowns left. I'm on 13%. How am I taking so much more damage? I don't know how I'm taking so much damage. What's happened? Oh, I've got my ground traits on.
That might
That does it.
Oh no, I was wondering why.
Well, that's mystery solved.
Oh, I was like, why have I got no much regen?
So you still spec for Mind Trap bit earlier then?
Yep. Shows how much, like, I'm dead again. It shows how much traits make an effect on this ship, right? Oh, I've also, all my starship traits, I've also spec for shuttle. Well, this, doesn't count, right?
Oh, oops, 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 oops.
Not a bad run.
Not a bad run, huh?
Eh,
Oh.
all things
Full-
considered.
It's not a true SDF if Falcon doesn't die.
So I said, not a bad run. He died.
Exactly. I wasn't even parsing that.
I'm not saying
Oh.
Parse would be fantastic. I'm just saying it was freaking rough.
Speaking
Virgin.
of which, did anyone parse that? Because I know I didn't.
Nope.
Not
I'm glad I
here.
didn't. I'm glad I didn't.
I'm very glad I didn't. Oh. Virgie, you're 100% correct, buddy. I don't know why either.
Yeah, it would be nice if we get the separate space and ground trait loadouts.
And not just
would be
that,
nice.
just that, like, you know, your personal traits and starship traits are loaded, saved in loadouts with your ships as well. For example, I had shuttle traits on.
There you go.
I had all my starship traits set to my shuttle, so no supremacy, no reciprocity.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as the ship is concerned, I'm not too. It's not too bad. It's not like it's going to take over my Quantum warship.
You find the archive?
This is the Jhu'ael.
Yeah.
So it's the Archive T6 version.
Yeah, one of my favorite ships. I love it. Yeah, it's got one weapon missing, and yeah, you know, it's, compared to other ships, it's not as good, but I love it.
Yeah,
I love its playstyle.
It's great. It's great ship to use. I mean, and this one here has the two Lieutenant Commander science spots.
Yep. I use that ship as my beam torpedo boat. Like, I just slap the anti-proton torpedo on it and a couple of beams and have a load of fun.
Yep, definitely. But overall, I mean, I like it for what it is. You know, it's one of the good. It's one of the ships that can definitely do a very good job as far as what it was designed to do. I mean, it was designed to be a tactical carrier, and it's still a very good escort.
I just consider it a PvP ship. I think it's the Archive, when before everything else, was one of the best Romulan PvP ships, especially for alpha builds. I still think it is. Apart from now, it's just a little bit more tanky.
Yep. Yeah, Neo. My Quantum warship is still my favorite. It's not gonna get replaced anytime soon.
Yeah, one problem with running ground missions on my stream is that everyone lands up with ground traits. Someone else had it as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the YouTube streaming here and the local recording as well. I gotta step away for a couple minutes real quick. I'll let you guys just take care of a couple things, couple discussions if you want to answer some questions. I'll pull up that build as well from that was submitted a bit ago, so you can discuss that and everyone can see it.